Why is this not logging in? My internet. I'm hoping. Uh-oh. Connection failed. I wonder if my Zoom's even working. Okay, there we go. No. Yes. Boom, 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 do. That row's here. Andrew's not here. Sammy's not here. This row is just not logging in. Hey, it's me talking. Submit. Okay, cool. Oop. Oop. So how are we doing on these? Pretty good? Yeah, I know we did some of this yesterday because we were like reviewing for the quiz, was using some of these problems. Okay. I should make you guys write the answers up here. I should make you guys get up. Make you guys move around a little bit. I'm just going to call on you guys to give the answers. There we go. All right, that way I'm the only one touching these things, but it's okay. So number one, is that the one I did with you, or did I just do a different problem like that?
You did that one.
We just did that one together. Okay, so number two, who wants to tell me the numbers I'm adding together on number two? Yep, Brady.
2, 5, 10, 17.
2, 5, 10, and 17. Answer then, of course, is 34. Yeah, exactly. Okay. On number three, who wants to tell me what I'm going to add together on number three? Yeah, the fraction. Everyone's like, I'm no eye contact. Come on, guys, this is fraction. You don't have to add them for me.
1, 1 half, 1/3, 1/4.
Yep. Now, on this one, if you try to give me a decimal, it's going to be kind of gross, probably. So all I'm going to do is make this 12 over 12 plus 6 over 12 plus 4 over 12 plus 3 over 12. That's it. Common denominator. So what are we going to get here? 25 over 12, and you can just leave it like that. Boom, done. Okay. We did 4 and 5. On 6, we already had done this and this. Okay. So this one, of course, was arithmetic, and if you recall, this one was 2 plus n minus 1 times 5. That was the rule for this one. I'm just going to put a big capital A here, the scarlet A. It was arithmetic. Okay. Who wants to give me the 20th term? Kevin.
97.
97. And then who wants to give me the sum of the first 20 terms? 990. Okay. We all right with those? Were you here yesterday? No. You need a copy of this then. You need to speak, bud. I was like, there was 4 people absent yesterday. You, Sam, somebody else was absent yesterday. Andrew, but there was 4. I thought there was another one. Oh, True was not here. True, is that true that you were not here? Yeah, that's what I thought. All right. So number 7, if you recall, was a geometric, and its rule was 2 times -3 to the n minus 1. 12th term. Dominoes, you got that one? -3. 9, 4. You guys got that too? You guys have that? Okay, good. Good. And then the sum of the first 12. Sum of the first 12. Anybody? Oh, Grace, did you just put your hand up, or are you just fixing your hair? Both.
I got 398,580.
580?
Yeah.
And it's positive?
Yes.
Okay. Yes? You didn't get that? You didn't get that? Okay, so here's what I want to ask you guys. So if I set this one up using the formula, okay, if I do S of 12 equals, what goes here?
2
2.
times
And then it would be parentheses 1 minus negative 3 to the 12 over 1 minus negative 3, correct? This would be the formula for that. Okay, now, can somebody tell me, I'm just kind of curious about this. How would I take this and write it using this notation instead? Let's just write it like this instead. Like this up here, the top part. Remember what I said yesterday?
it's the terms.
It's the terms I'm adding together. So this was adding terms 1 through 3. What am I adding together?
1 through 12.
1 through 12. Okay? So I'm adding together root 1. So this is going to be n equals 1 to 12. Then what went here? What's that thing right there? I told you. What is it?
It's not the root.
It's the rule for the nth term. So guess what I'm going to put over there? This thing right here. 2 times negative 3 to the n minus 1. Now guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to do that on my Desmos instead. I'm going to use Desmos for this to get my sum. Okay? Boom. And I need a Desmos. Where's my Desmos? Oh, where could my Desmos be? Oh, where could it be? All right, here we go. Boom. Got it? So remember, we have to come down here, hit the keyboard, functions, miscellaneous, bottom center. Boop. So n equals 1, 2, what was it? How many terms are we adding together?
12.
12. Go over. In parentheses now, I have to put the entire rule. So what was it? Again, I can't see mine.
2 times
Two-
negative 3
2 times negative 3
to the n minus 1.
raised to the n minus 1. And then I'm going to close that. Oh, why didn't that put that to the n minus 1? Oh, I got to put that n minus 1 in parentheses, I think. You have to do that in order for it to stay up there. See that? Okay, tab out of there. Boom, close it. Hit enter, and there's the answer. Is that what you guys have? Negative 265, 720?
Yeah.
Okay. So here's what I'm going to tell you. When we take the test on this finally, you're allowed to use that. You're allowed to do it that way if you want. So what you could do, oh, I know that doesn't work up there for some reason, is you could write this down, and then you could do it on your Desmos like this to get the right answer instead of trying to do all this adding and positives and negatives and that kind of stuff. Okay? This is fine. This summation notation, this sigma notation is completely fine to use. I'm okay with that. You're going to write this down and then use that to get the answer. So, look, little jumpy today. Little jumpy. Okay, so what was this again? This was negative 265,
17.
7, 20. Okay, there we go. All right, let's go down to number 8. 8 was arithmetic, Scarlet A. It was 48 plus n minus 1 times the quantity of negative 13. Okay. So the 30th term. Krista, do you have that by any chance?
I got negative 329.
You have what now?
I got negative 329.
For the 30th term? Negative 300. Are you saying 4 or 29?
29.
29. We have confirmation for that?
I got that too.
Okay. And then the sum of the first 30.
I got negative 4,215.
Negative 4,000 what?
215.
215. Confirmation on that one? Good? Okay. All righty. Woo! Number 9, of course, this one was what? Geometric. It was 768 times 1/4 to the n minus 1, right? 10th term. Anybody at the 10th term that wants to share it? Okay, Brady. 3 over 1,024. Love it. Okay. So real quick, let me do something here. So for those of you who are like, wait, how am I supposed to keep that as a fraction? Because some people struggle with that. I know they do. 768 1/4. Let's get rid of this for a second. 768. 1 divided by 4. Okay. And then that's going to get raised to the what power again? What was this one again? It's the 10th afterwards? Or is it 10 minus 1?
It's 10 minus 1.
It's 10, so it's to the 9th power. That's what I was wondering. Yeah. Okay. Now, you get this nasty stuff back. But look over here in this blue. See this little thing? That is a fraction button. It literally, if you click it, will change it to a fraction for you.
Can you do that on the calculators, or is it just a Desmos?
Okay. It's according. On some calculators you can and some you cannot. There's usually a button that says FD and there's like an arrow between them. And that's a fraction decimal conversion back and forth.
Okay.
So a lot of times that will do it. Okay, but on Desmos, again, you can do this. It gives you a decimal. Click this and it'll say, oh, you wanted a fraction? Here you go. That's really nice. Okay, it's really nice. So there we go. All right. And then number 10, the series. Anybody but those two. I'm just kidding, guys. Ryan, what do you got?
I got 104,8,575 over 1,024.
Okay, so it's over 1,024. What's the top number again?
104,8,575.
You have the same thing?
I had it as a mixed number.
You have as a mixed number. Okay. It might be the same then. Let's do this one. Here's how I'm going to do this one. I'm going to do this one using sigma notation. I want to see what Desmos does with this one. This is where we're going to find out. So here we go. Let me get rid of this. Actually, I'm going to just keep that there because I'm going to need that kind of. So function, boom, boom. Okay. I'm going to take this, cut it, and copy it, and put it over here. And I'm going to raise that to the what power, or raise it to the n minus 1. Oh, I got to put that in parentheses. Kick out of that. And then I still need to go ahead and get rid of this stuff. Just using my brain here. Okay, so this is going to be n equals 1 to... Oh, come on, baby. Work with me there. Get on the other side of that. There we go. Tab 10. There it is. Look at that. Isn't that nice? It gave it to me. There's the decimal. There it is as a fraction. Is that what you said? Yeah? Okay.
Is that 575?
Yep, it is. So Desmos is really great about working with decimals and fractions. It's an either or. It'll give you both, which is really nice about it. And it's very easy to use, just going back and forth. It's just literally this button right here is all you have to click to convert between the two. Okay? So I suggest that's a nice thing to be able to use, guys. All right. Woo! Any questions on the first 9? We good on those? We're good, good, good. Hopefully. Okay, number 10. Write a rule for the nth term of the geometric. So I'm telling you it's geometric. Okay? And I've given you the 2nd and the 5th term. Now, I'm doing this problem here. I'm just going to do this one. Since this is n equals 2 here and n equals 5 here, that means between here and here it's an r cubed. It's all, that means I've multiplied by the ratio 3 times. To go from A2 to A3 is 1, A3 to A4 is the second one. A4 to A5 is the third R value. So it's R cubed is equal to, then I take 1/4 divided by 2. It's always a term divided by an earlier term. That's what I'm doing. What does 1/4 divided by 2 give me? 1. Yeah, I'm going to leave it as a fraction if you don't mind. 1/8. That's what R cubed is. So all I do now is take the cube root. And when I take the cube root, I take the cube root of the numerator and the denominator, which is what? Cube root of 1 is 1. The cube root of 8 is 2. So R is 1/2 on that problem. The only thing I need is the first term. Okay, let's think about it. I can do this. The easiest way to do this one is if I've given you the second term, to go from here to here, where we're going to multiply by 1/2. So to go the other way, I'd have to do what? Multiply by 2. So the first term would have to be what? 4. 4 times 1/2 is 2. 2 times 1/2 is 1. 1 times 1/2 is 1/2. 1/2 times 1/2 is 1/4. That's how that's working. So the rule for number 10 is a sub n equals 4 times 1/2 raised to the n minus 1. That's the rule for number 10. Then you got to find the 12th term. 12th term. Who's got it? Anybody else got it?
I only have it as a decimal.
You have the debt. What do you have?
0.00195.
Oh, okay. So, what do you have, Owen?
It's 1/512. It's the same as what she has.
Boom. There it is. Love it. Was that Desmos you used?
Yeah.
Isn't that beautiful? Desmos is cool. I love Desmos sometimes. Okay. 11. Arithmetic. First thing I have to do here is find, here I have the common ratio. Now I have to find the common difference. And how do I find the common difference? It's going to be 25 minus 13 over 14 minus 6. I'm really finding the what?
Slope.
The slope.
Rate
Okay.
of change.
Okay, exactly. So 25 minus 13 is 12. 14 minus 6 is 8. This simplifies to 3 halves. Boop, there it is. So now, what do I know? A sub n equals, I'm going to say, I don't have to write this with the first term. I don't have to. This one I will allow you to write with any term you have. I'm going to use this one. And I'm going to put 13 plus n minus what? Who said that? Why? Because this is the what term? The 6th term. So I have to put that value right there always. So if this was the 8th term, that would be an 8. And then it's going to be times 3 halves. You can leave it like that. You do not have to simplify it. That is completely fine. Okay? Then I need the 52nd term. Who wants to give me that? Brady? 82? Any questions on the front?
Can we
Yeah.
go over that last one?
I got,
Oh, I apologize.
You didn't get that?
no, I got 82, but I did 13 equals a to the first plus 6 minus 1 3 over 2. So I found the first term.
Oh, you can do that. I'm saying you don't have to, but you can. If you want to, that's fine. Okay. You can leave it like that. You can go ahead and do what you want. The other one up there, the geometric I want, that has to be in the first term. Okay. Okay. Anybody else? Anybody else got anything else they want to say? What did you want about the last one? Stacy?
I think I just typed it in wrong.
Okay. Could be. Did you not get 82?
I got 136, but I also did it differently. I found the first term, so I probably just messed up with the simple math. Doing that.
So, did you find the first term, or did you put it in slope-intercept form?
I put it in slope form. and I found,
So if you're in slope-intercept form, you don't have the first term, you have the 0th term. That's the y-intercept. Okay, that's could be what's going on there. All right, second page. So let's go through these, and I need someone to tell me what kind of a problem is it. Is it arithmetic or is it geometric? That's the first thing you have to decide when you're doing these. So number 12, what type is it? Arithmetic. How about number 13? It's arithmetic. Number 14. It's what? It's both, because there's two parts to that question. Okay, it's got both. Number 15. It is geometric. Okay. 16. Both. Again, it's an arithmetic and a geometric. 17. What's that? Geometric. And then the last one down here, arithmetic. Are you guys done with all of these? I'm curious. How many of you actually finished all the word problems? Kind of.
I know how to do 16.
You didn't know how to do 16? Okay. All righty. So let's do 16 then. Let's just start there. Ladies offer jobs from 2 different companies. Okay, cool. Job A starts at $39,500 and receives a $1,975 raise each year. Job B starts at $32,500 and receives a 3.5% raise each year. You're a consultant that helps people choose the best job when offered multiple positions. Explain to your client when it would be best to choose job A, or when it would be best to choose job B. Okay, so let's think about this. Let's start with job A. All right. Job A, is it arithmetic or geometric? It's arithmetic. Let's just write a rule for the amount of money she's going to make every year in the nth year. That's basically the rule. Here we go. So here, A sub n is equal to what? 39,500 plus n minus 1 times 1975. Okay? All right, good. Here we go. Let's go to step B. So B, we already know is not arithmetic. It is the geometric. Okay, now, if you're receiving a 3.5% raise each year, this is where you have to go back and think about what we had just done, which was exponential functions. That means if you're getting this, that tells me that it is 1 plus 3.5%. That means it's 1.035. That is the value of what? R, B, whatever you want to call it. Okay? So I know on this one, A sub n is equal to the initial amount, 32,500, times 1.035 raised to the n minus 1. There it is. So I had to use the idea of exponential growth functions in getting that growth factor. That's what that is. That's the growth factor. That's how much she's going to make. This is what's going on there. Okay? You're going to multiply that every year to get the new amount. Then it says, explain to your client when it would be best to choose job A or when it's best to choose job B. Well, yeah, let's graph them. Let's graph them. Take a look at these. I'm going to open up Desmos. I'm going to pull it back over here so I can see it and type at the same time. Okay, so instead of typing A sub n, guess what I'm going to type? Y equals 39,500 plus the quantity. I'm not going to put n, I'm going to put x minus 1, boop, boop, times the 1975. delete that. X minus. Oopsie. Let's put that in there. There we go. Okay, and then the second one is going to be y equals 32,500. Okay. Times 1.035 raised to the n minus 1. It's really x minus 1 on my Desmos. Okay. Let me do this. I can see these better. I'll make that one. Okay, so here we go. These are the two things. I just typed them in there. Okay. Let's change our window. So X is what? Number of years, right? So you don't need negative years. So let's say somebody's going to work 35 years for a company. Okay, great. Here we go. Let's say this, of course, Y stands for what? The salary. So we know it's not going to go lower than 32,500. So I'm going to make it 30,000. And then we're going to take that up to something like I make every year, 850,000. That's a lie. Okay, there we go. And I get this. Boom. Let's be a little more realistic on this. Let's make this 150,000. There we go. That looks a little better. Okay, great. So we're looking at this. Okay. So we see that they intersect right here. And that's what? At 36, a little over 36 years, right? Okay, so here's the question. Now, there's a lot of things that you could really think about on this. If she's going to be working for 36 years or less, where is she always going to make the most money? Job A, right? But if she chooses to go, let's say 40 years. Now let's think about this. At 40 years, we know she made more the first 36, but if she goes a total of 40 years, would her overall sum be more? The other way. And that's what we don't know. This is not a question where there's just like one set answer. This is an analysis problem. Where you analyze things, you could say something and say, here's why I believe this, and here is my support for my decision. If you're thinking solely upon the idea, hey, most people work 35 years or less, I'm going to say, well, I know that 36 years they're going to make the same thing. That means for the first 36 years, she's always going to make more here. Hence, that's where she should work. Great, that's fine. But maybe this is a person that's doing a job that's going to be 40 years or 45 years. And at some point, this is going to make more per year. And at some point, it's going to have a larger total made as well over the lifetime. So you'd have to say, if this scenario, you'd want to do this. Maybe if it's this scenario, you'd want to do this. That's what somebody does out there that is a consultant. Consultants take all the information, they analyze it, and they say, well, here's what I'm going to tell you. In this scenario, here's what would be best for you. But if you want to do this scenario, this would be better for you. That's what they do. There's not one right answer. There's multiple answers that all have supporting work. Okay? That's what you need to be started to get to in your life, is analyzing and comparing things mathematically. We would love that. That's great to do that. Okay? So again, on this problem, hey, you could say, if you're going to work 36 years or less at the same place, I can tell you right now, go with job A, because it's going to pay more each year, and therefore I know it's going to pay more overall. But at some point, I know that job B is going to pay more overall than job A did. And that would be my job as the consultant to find out when that happens. And say, if you're going to work this many years, then that's what you want to do. Okay? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I like that question. I like that. Let's get some answers here. You guys give me some answers. Okay? Who wants to give me the answer to number 12. What is the seating capacity of the tab? Miss Ford, do you have that, Ford Theater?
I got 133 seats.
133? It sounds a little small. Because if there's 37 rows and the first one has 25, maybe you found what was in the last row. Did you find a series or a sequence?
Oh, I did what was in the last row. Sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. I was just going to say that. That's fine.
Okay.
Owen? 2,923. You guys agree with that?
Yes.
Yeah, Ryan, you do too? Okay. All right, there's that one. Number 13. Is number 13 a series, or are you just using the sequence? What is number 13? This was a what? This was a series, right? Notice up here it said any series, but I'm not going to give you that, but you have to decide, is it a series or a sequence? What about number 13? Are you finding a series, or are you just using a sequence? Do I have to do a series on number 13? I have to do both. So the first part of it, this one right here, what are you finding on that? The last value, which is the last term. So you're finding what? A sub 52. Then, how much will we make total for the year? You're finding what? S sub 52. So that had both things going on in that question. Okay, so who can what did he make in his final week of the year? Ryan?
367.5.
That? Okay. So that was his final week. So what did he make then over the entire year? 15,795. All right. Okay. Number 14 is a lot like number what? 16. So I'm not gonna do that with you right now. We'll let you, if you were struggling with 16, you probably maybe didn't get 14. I don't know. Is 14 a series or just a sequence, or is it a both? It's a both. Okay. Come back to that. What about 15? Is it which is it? Is it, are you just doing the sequence, or are you finding a series on number 15? It's just the sequence. You're just finding an A sub n value on this one. So what's the rule for number 15?
66 times 0.8 for n minus 1.
Yep. So the 80% is what it's retaining. It loses 20%. It's retaining 80%. That's this then. And then I'm going to ask you to find the height of the ball after the 6th bounce. You're asked to find A sub 6. So what do we got here?
26.627.
Sounds good to me.
Oh, 21.
21.67?
Read my handwriting wrong.
That's okay. All right. What about these what about 17? Is it, are you trying to find a term in a sequence, or are you finding a series? Are you doing a both here?
No, it's just the series.
It's just a series, right? On this one? It's just a series. I mean, your final answer here is, the question is, how many ancestors does he have in these 12? That's the total amount then. Not in the 12th generation, but in all of these, okay? So what's the rule? Let's get the rule on this one first, because we're going to do this using summation notation. I just want to do that one. Yeah. 2 times 2 to the n minus 1. All right? So then you're asked to find S sub 12. If I'm going to do this with, if I wanted to use Desmos and do summation or sigma notation, this would be n equals 1 to 12 of that rule, 2 times 2 to the n minus 1. So how many ancestors does he have total in these 12 generations?
4,096.
1,096?
4,000.
4,096. Isn't that kind of weird to think that? Wow, that's creepy. Okay. And those would all be what? Grandparents of some type? Crazy. Yeah.
I put what you have on the board in Desmos, and I got 8,190.
Put this n minus 1 in parentheses. See, I think this going to make a difference in me. Because it will make a difference.
I just did it on my calculator.
I got that.
Did you? Okay, well, that might be what
I
it is.
think A of 12 is 4,096.
Oh, that's A of 12. That's okay. So what's our final answer here then, Owen? I'm going to let you give it to me a second here.
8,190.
8,190? That's even scarier. All right. Take a break. Then we'll do 18 when you come back in. I love 18. It's a great question.
Are you gonna pass that art test?
Mm-hmm. You're getting them today?
Do I need to take the quiz?
Yeah, you can do that during the second period while they're working on the assignment. You can just do it then.
All right.
Yep. Yeah, I entered the grades in.
That is the exact kind of energy that you
I'm leaving. I think all they're doing is working on some place.
Yeah. And studying for states.
I need to work on my skills.
I'm gonna kind of have a states to do them, but the only thing that she doesn't have is the reagent strips for testing them. So I don't really know what I'm supposed to do.
My cousin's a senior, so I'm just gonna have her show me all the stuff.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I could probably just memorize the rubric and be fine. But
Hopefully it's something easy, like it's just like a measuring height.
they're gonna do the worst one.
They're gonna do like collecting
Yeah.
school samples or
Yeah.
something.
That's freaking great, guys.
Maybe like expires.
Dun, dun, dun. All right, let's do number 18. Let's do number 18. Tomorrow, on Saturday, you will be given a test consisting of 30 questions. The first question is worth 5 points, and each question after the first is worth 3 points more than the question before it. What is the maximum score you'll be able to obtain on the test? So we already said it's arithmetic. So we are finding a what on this?
A sum.
It is a series, right? A series of how many? 30. All right, great. Let's write it like this. I want the rule. What is the rule going to be on this one?
A sub n equals 5 plus parentheses and
5 plus parentheses n.
minus 1 times 3.
Boom, there it is. That's what you would put into Desmos. And then Desmos would tell you, hey, the maximum number of points on this test is 92.
That's if you find how many points are on the 30th time.
That's the 30th term is 92?
Yeah.
Oh, so the sum,
It's 1,455.
how many?
1,455.
That's a lot of points on a test. Woo! Man, that's crazy. Okay.
Get 100 points just by.
Yeah. Wow. And no partial credit. It's right or wrong. Don't miss the last problem. Okay.
Can we go back to number 14 now?
We're going to. Yep.
Okay.
All right. So let's go back to number 14. So again, we got 2 job offers here. We got DP&L, which will not be DP&L. I'll have to change this worksheet now. DP&L. And the other one, of course, we have is Vectorin. Okay. Let's start with DP&L. 21,000 first year plus annual raise of 925. So for the DP&L, of course, the amount of money made in any year is going to be 21,000 and minus 1 times 925. And then Vectrin over here, it's going to be starting out at 19.5. And it's 7% annual raise. So that means it's going to be times 1.07 to the n minus 1. All right, now, this one's a little more cut and dry than the other one we already talked about. This one's saying, hey, which job allows Ryan to make the most money altogether for the first 10 years? That means I want to find the sum of his money made at both locations over 10 years. So this is a series question, okay? This is a series question. So for DP&L, what is the total amount he would make at DP and L? Do you have that?
No, I found A sub 10
That's-
instead of the sum.
Okay. Yeah, so that's why this one's different, okay? If it just said which job allows Ryan to make the most during his 10th year, then that would be an A sub 10 problem. So, Owen, what do you have for DP&L? 251,6. Okay. So in 10 years' time, that's what he would make at DP&L. Brady, do you have Vectrin?
Yep.
What's that?
269,420
And 74 cents? Okay, so there we go. So what do we notice?
He'd make more at Vectrin.
Yeah, overall, Vectrin's going to pay him more during the 10 years, even though DP&L, he's going to make an extra $1,500 the first year. So he's looking beyond the first year's pay to make a decision about 10 years from now, what's best overall. Okay. All right, great, great, great. Have we covered them all now? Is that all of them? Perfect. All righty. More practice, Domino. Damiano's Pizza. Damiano's Pizza. That'd be a good name for a pizza joint. I'm sure there'd be a trademark infringement. That's too close to Domino's. You know what's your last name? So yesterday you took that quick quiz, which was all about just what? Is it arithmetic or geometric? Finding common difference, common ratio, and just filling in the next terms, right? This is not a quiz. So this is like everything else that you would need to know that we have been working on with sequences and series. So this has some of the problems where maybe I've given you two specific terms, or maybe I've given you something else, okay? This has got series on it. This has got some word problems on it. Okay? And you're going to take that quiz. Who else is true? Are you ready for the quiz? Okay. I'm going to get you guys started on that here in a second then. So if you're all looking at this real fast, so the first page here, boom, it's got just a kind of like a smattering of non-word problems here, okay? And then after that, it's all about word problems. Notice it says you should go through, and is it arithmetic or geometric? Are you calculating a term in a sequence or value of a series? That's what I was just kind of saying here. What am I asked to find in this question? Deciding that, and then solving those, okay? So there you go. There you go, there you go, there you go. And you two gypsies. Where are my blank? Do I have any more blankers? Yeah, I may have to print a couple here real fast. Give me a second. Dun, do, do, do. Quick quiz. That's not it. Quick. Yeah.
Number 2, it says find the 12th partial sum of the sequence, and number 7.
Then number 7 is find the 12th partial sum of the
Hold it, hold it, hold it. I got to get a paper here. Hold on. Oh, that's supposed to be a number 1. That's a typo. That's 7.
Okay, and then for the
So,
bottom
so
one.
the bottom, so yeah, so number 2 is find the 12th partial sum of the sequence in number 1. And then number 7 should be find the 12th partial sum of the sequence in number 6. Because I renumbered the front of this and I forgot to change those numbers there. That's my bad. Okay, where is the quick quiz at? Quick quiz, where are you? Oh, let's go this way and find it. Documents, to block, quick quiz, boom. Let's make 5 copies. Okay, let me go grab these. Okay. That, this goes here. That goes there. Close this. Here. Minimize. Okay, tests, pass back. Make sure I did that. What time do you have to leave, Stacy?
Like 11.
Okay. That's fine. Just when it's time, just go ahead and go. You don't have to say anything. Oops, wrong class. This class.
Did I type something in wrong? Because it says try
This,
adding
the
y
entire
into it.
rule has to be in parentheses.
Okay.
Let's see if that does it for you.
It says it equals 0.
I'll be right there. Hold on.
So we're finding the partial sum for this, which is 1 through 12. So 1 is 12, and then the blue 4.
Where's, oh no, that's good, that's good. So you can put, oh, if these backwards, it's 1 to 12.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. How would I find D here? Would I just do like what I did like up here where I found the slope?
Yeah.
And that's it.
But the whole, and then after you've done it, then I want you to find that. Yes, correct. So that's got multi-steps to it.
Oh, I just gonna multiply this.
Oh, that's okay. Good.
Understood. Yeah.
Does that work, Brady? Okay, good. Hold on a second, Ryan. Number 10, no, number 10. So people couldn't get through all these questions. I just think 10 of them. I didn't mark it that way, but that's okay. So you could get 3 bonus on that part. I haven't done anything with the other part yet. Okay, that's a separate small different time. Yep. And it's not here. And it's not here. The map is here.
Like highest score you could have
70 out of 67, whatever that would be. Is that right? Oh, wait, it's on video. Oh, okay. Yeah. So this is not times. I guess it's supposed to be equals negative 96 plus 30, which is negative. This is the equal. Yep. You had me confused too. Right. These here. These here. That there, these. That's right. That's right. 2, 3, 4, 5. Those are good. Okay. Quick sequence quiz. When I call your name is for the quick sequence quiz, you can just go up and get it. I'm going to record it. So. Bittner. Oh, there you go. This is out of 10. Alexandria. Miss Ford. Drive on up here. Hurry. Just kidding. Okay, there you go. One. Geiger. Oh, thank you. Krista Rogers. Tie. Brady. Damiano.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. I think this
Kevin Mack. Spaceship Penalty. There you go. Whoa. Caitlin Wilgus. Riley. Yeah.
For this, like when we're doing like the partial sums,
Uh-huh.
we can use the sigma thing every time, right? Like,
Yes.
so, but do we have to like write the other one
So the
down?
only time, if I might ask you to fill in the other one, but you don't have to use it for the calculation
Okay,
part.
so we can write it down and then use this and that.
Correct.
All right.
That's correct. Miss Wetzel. Owen Braxma. Whoa. And True Lily. Andrew was absent. Who else was? Sam. There we go. Save. Perfect. Okay. There.
That's not cool. Have a good weekend.
Thank you.
What did I do wrong? I got negative 2,184 and then negative. Yeah, I got negative. Wait, okay, did you get negative 1,398,000? So I did everything wrong. What was your rule?
16 plus n minus 1 to the negative 12. I mean, times negative 12.
What did you do?
I negative 8 and negative 12.
Oh no, you're going backwards.
So you just add
Okay, stop this.
Oh,
Stop that.
Because to get the first term, you have to do the opposite.
Do that.